You were regrettably expendable, my dear.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video featuring Discord builds from ItsMissParker. And this is another Glacial Augment build, and we are just about done with this series. After this, I only have one more build that I am showing, and then after that, we're all done. So I hope you all enjoy. Thank you. everyone. So that was a fun game. We got really lucky there at the start that Jax happened to level his stun. It teleported back, like leveled his stun, and then was able to stop the Ziggs teleport. And so Ashe was able to get that first blood. Ashe and Renata is a really good combo. Just because if she is an aggressive Ashe, Renata is able to peel for her really well. And then the W on Ashe is really strong. Not even just the revival part, just the extra attack speed and movement speed really complements Ashe's kit really well. So after getting that first blood, Ashe and I were able to stomp. I would say we stomped bot lane pretty hard. Even with how many times Kayn ganked, he ganked a ton. Thankfully, we had pressure, so I was constantly able to have wards up, so we were always kind of watching for him, and he kept trying. If he did succeed any of those times, I think that would have been a different game for sure. I don't blame him for trying as much as he did. I mean, our mid lane was kind of back and forth, but Jax was losing really hard to Darius. So I don't blame like Kayn at all for thinking, okay, like it's hard to gank Malzahar regardless. So I'm gonna try to go bot and then see if I can get like my bot lane going. It didn't work out for him, unfortunately, but yeah, I was a bit worried that Darius was really strong and we had that Baron fight. I wasn't close enough to Wukong to be able to W him, so he died. I put my W on Ashe, but she died after getting a kill, so the W obviously didn't work and she died. I think, like, I was watching the replay, and Darius was bot, like, that whole time, and then all of a sudden he was right there when I flashed away from Kayn. So he must have teleported. I don't think he could have run all the way over there, so that was really unfortunate. I think I definitely could have gone without, like no deaths that game. It was just really unlucky that that happened. It wasn't a really good position for my R either, and like that's one of the downsides I think of that item. I know the name is escaping me. Radiant Virtue. That's one of the downsides of Radiant Virtue is that it only gets applied when I use my R. If I don't use my R, then it's just sitting there in my inventory. That's the kind of nice thing about like Locket is that I can always, if it's up obviously, I can always use it. I don't have to rely on an ability to use it. But we were so ahead, I had enough income that Radiant Virtue was the right call, I think. And there was, I think, like twice where the healing from it did save my team there, especially in that one mid lane fight where Ashe like almost died to like Leandre's burn, but thankfully with the Radiant Virtue she was able to live that. But yeah, really fun game. Kayn wasn't able to keep us down, and Wukong played really well. He was really aggressive. Ashe was really aggressive, and aggressive players really complement Renata, so that really worked out for us. It was a good game. All right, I'll see y'all in the next. everyone. So that was definitely an interesting game. I really thought we were gonna lose it for multiple points at that point. I was like, I don't know. I really don't know if we're gonna win this. Like we had like good team fights, but then even though it felt like we were winning it at the start, like they had more people like still alive. I don't know. It was a weird game. It was definitely like it was a weird game for sure. But yeah, so first I wanted to talk about the Renata versus ALISTAR matchup. I definitely mispositioned several times in that game. I don't play against ALISTAR too often, and I think I need to really read up more about his kit and stuff. But his cooldowns are so much shorter than mine, I wasn't realizing. Like, he would like hit me and I'd push him away with my Q, and then he'd be able to hit me again and my Q would not be up yet for it. Um, and unfortunately, like I had to, you know, I needed to space better. I probably should have gone Relic Shield, I think, so that I wouldn't be walking up to him to try to farm my support item. But, you know, live and learn. Yeah, so kind of rough laning against ALISTAR for sure. I think in the end, I was more useful than he was, but laning phase against ALISTAR is pretty hard for sure, especially with like JINX to be able to set up the traps after his knockup. I did end up having to flash over the JINX trap at one point. That was really really unfortunate. So I misplayed there. We nearly killed JINX in our first fight, but she flashed away, so SAMIRA wasn't able to kill her, and then Briar showed up to kill SAMIRA. It was my own fault. I got engaged on by ALISTAR like twice in a row because I wasn't expecting his cooldowns to be so low, and I wasn't able to properly disengage him the way I needed to. But you know, what can you do? So then we had like a river fight, and that really brought it around for us. Thankfully, our Echo kind of roamed a bit early laning phase, so that helped us kind of come back from the rocky start. I was able to land a Q over the wall, and we were able to get the kill on JINX, and then dive ALISTAR, and we were able to get a kill on him. There's definitely really good synergy with Renata and SAMIRA. I ban her, you know, so I don't play with one very often. If they don't hover her, then I just ban her. And I'm sure I've banned, you know, my own ally SAMIRA before, but we do have good synergy. Like she can get her her passive off of my Q. I believe she gets it off of my R as well. And then, you know, putting a W on SAMIRA so she just never dies is, yeah, it's really good. And they did kind of feed into that when we got Dove. Being Dove is Renata's strongest point. Obviously, like, there's games, you know, in the video I posted yesterday where I got Dove by Darius, just didn't have enough mana to be able to do anything. But in this case, we got Dove, and I was able to properly use everything. I was able to ult, get my W, use my Q. Briar came right under turret, so we were able to get kills there, and then SAMIRA was able to kind of get ahead off of that. But that's definitely Renata's strongest point. And then we were near their turret when Briar hit me with her ultimate. I had just finished like my Radiant Virtue. I had my ultimate up, I had flash up. SAMIRA ran away. I really think, like, even just watching it back, I think we definitely could have turned that. Like, I had everything up, and if SAMIRA went in on like my Berserk, I definitely think it would have been possible to win that. I had W still, like everything was up. I mean, I think she had a shutdown at that point, so I get like wanting to play more carefully, but I really think we could have turned that around. And I didn't really show the way I had cut up the game. Um, but after I died there, they did dive Samira, and she died as well. Um, so I really think, if anything, we probably could have at least tried to turn it for sure. She really ditched me there. um, but you know, I don't blame her. I just think we definitely probably could have gotten something off of that. Um, so then I rotated top. They were trying to take the Herald. That was kind of fun. That was kind of fun because I was kind of standing on top of the eye, and I kept pushing them away from it with my Q. We got a couple kills, and we were able to get them, stop them from getting the Eye of the Herald. I'm sure that was really frustrating. I think ALISTAR didn't realize it was still there. I think he probably could have pushed me off of it and then gotten it, but we got a kill on Briar, and that was pretty good for us. But it was pretty funny. It was really funny. um, so then we had a fight in mid lane. We got hit by the Briar ultimate. When it comes to Renata versus Briar, definitely save your ult until she shows up. You know, if she has R, obviously. So she hits you with her ult. Wait, and then ult until she's like right there, and then send her onto her own team. Just have to be a little patient with it. In the end, we didn't really get much off of it. Like, we still lose that fight, which is really unfortunate, but yeah, that's kind of how you have to play around her. Then we went bot lane. Samira just went too hard. I get what she was trying to do, but we saw the TP coming in. And Syndra was such a menace this game. Like, I really thought we weren't going to be able to win solely because of her, and we weren't able to get on her, it felt like. Like, nobody was focusing her, so she was just constantly able to kill at least one person with her ult and just be pumping out damage. It was really frustrating. But we have our fight at the Baron. Thankfully, like, Set lands like a really good haymaker, and he pulls them all together, so I'm able to put my ult on them, and Samira is able to get a couple kills. I really am proud about how I was kind of managing that fight. I was like simultaneously like trying to help Samira, then I was like had Syndra behind me. I like exhausted Syndra, and I was doing everything I could like on both sides. Fortunately, Samira still died there. I managed to make it out, but I'm really glad I went tanky build that game. Although I don't think Samira ever hit me with her ultimate. She wasn't threatening me per se. It was just like she just could one-shot like whoever she decided to ult, and it was really hard. So we make a pick on Scion in the river. And unfortunately, I make a really bad ultimate in mid lane. I mean, nothing, I don't think we lost too much off of it, but I ulted and I pointed it like downward. I should have done it up. I didn't hit anybody with it. Like, watching back, I was like, oh, that was so bad. But you know, you can't hit them all. I did hit some good ults like throughout the game. That one was just really bad. And unfortunately, my team dies and we lose the soul one, and then we lose Baron as well. That was one part that was really frustrating. Like, like, he knew his champion. I don't know if he played jungle though, because he didn't get any objectives, or like even I felt like he didn't really try to do the objectives. Like, laning phase, we made like a pick on ALISTAR, like Echo was roaming. I think we could have definitely done more Drakes, but he didn't even try to rotate to do that. Same thing with Herald, he didn't try to get the Herald at all. So that was really frustrating. So they just got the soul. We didn't have any Drakes whatsoever. but we have a really good fight mid lane where Set and I come up from behind. Thankfully, it seemed like they didn't have any wards on our bot jungle, but we were able to come up. I was able to hit a really good ultimate from behind, kind of redeem myself from that really bad one in mid lane earlier. We were able to win that fight. And you noticed I did go Randuin's Omen that game. I was kind of testing it out to see if I liked it. It was one for Briar getting on top of me, but if I happen to be like standing anywhere near JINX or, you know, like the slow of it can be really helpful. But if you do end up going something like that, I think you definitely have to make sure you save it until after you ult so that those effects don't apply on them while they're attacking each other. I think in that fight specifically, I didn't quite save it long enough. I think I used it while they were still berserked, but thankfully it wasn't too big of a deal. There weren't too big of repercussions because of that. Just testing it out. I do really like the slow. I know I do build it like when I go against Vayne, simply because she's usually right up in your face. And you like need all the help you can get when it comes to like a good Vayne. Somehow we end up losing like a fight in the river. And that's what what I was thinking of when I was like, it felt like we were taking really good fights, but like losing for whatever reason. I didn't hit a very good R in that fight. I think it only hit 2 people, and JINX wasn't one of them. She was kind of standing a little bit off to the side, and I had hit downward. And unfortunately, we lose our mid turret because of that, and I get dove under our turret. I definitely should have just been farther back. Again, I'm underestimating like how far ALISTAR can hit his dash, or his tackle, or whatever it is. And I die under the turret. I think I was playing pretty safe though. I think I had like the least deaths that game just because I was well, 1 tanky, but 2 like just able to disengage usually pretty well. But unfortunately I died there under the turret. But my team manages to secure the Elder and then the Baron. Despite that, the enemy team really like misplayed, and I think they ended up going in like at 1 or 2 at a time to try to get the Elder, and they died because of it. So we were just able to kind of steamroll that victory, but it was really looking like a loss for us at first. Thankfully, SAMIRA was, you know, with Elder buff, she's so strong. But yeah, really, it was hard to tell if we were going to win that for sure. But yeah, also I didn't realize, I guess it's, you know, Briar ult's a projectile, but I didn't realize that the SAMIRA wind wall blocked it, and she did block it like a couple times, I think, in that match, which was pretty cool to see. I didn't realize that was that interaction. I mean, it makes sense, but I never really like stopped to consider that that would be the case. But yeah, so nice. So we finally have a video where we have 2 games that are victories. But yeah, so Wave Shaper, I really had a lot of fun. Because of this build, I started using Ingenious Hunter more. I really enjoyed the reduced cooldowns with it. I love the futures market, especially if I'm wanting to go Radiant Virtue. Help me get it a little bit sooner just because it's so expensive. That was definitely a treat. I really enjoyed that. And of course, like, the magical footwear was helpful. Cheap Shot, I think, did quite a bit. Fortunately, when I was recording these, I didn't, like, take a look at the graphs after, and since then, I've played so many games, I can't find the data for that. If I ever do this kind of series again, I'll be sure to kind of look at the graphs after for anybody who's curious about more of the data side, but like how much I actually got out of my runes. Fortunately, that was something I didn't really consider when I started this. But yeah, really, really fun game for sure. And I really do enjoy Glacial. it's, you know, you're thinking like, is it worth it because that it gets procced with your ult? But honestly, I'm kind of starting to think that the power it has with your Q during lane kind of makes up for it. I think it allows you to more readily kind of steamroll your lane just because of how hard it is for the enemies to get away from it. Like, Renata has such little CC in her kit, and I say that only because the Q's pretty, like, it gets blocked by minions, like, it's pretty easy to dodge. Even if you slam the enemies together, the stun duration's really short. Like, it's pretty minimal CC compared to other supports. But the Glacial Augment really gives it more of a kick, for sure. And it's really enjoyable, easy to make picks with it too later on. And oftentimes I think usually I would proc it before my ult, so I don't really know how often that like lessened the damage of my ult. But I mean, normally you're not ulting expecting them all to kill each other. Normally you're ulting and just the berserk duration itself is enough for your team to be able to kill them. Yeah, it's usually not, you're not normally using it and, you know, thinking that they're gonna kill each other. Maybe like the ADC will kill their own support, but usually that's about it. But yeah, really enjoying Glacial Augment for sure. I don't know if you necessarily go a tank like item set Wave Shaper when you would build this. Definitely really enjoyed it for sure though. And I mean, Radiant Virtue is really strong right now. And being able to heal on Renata at all is it's pretty cool. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. After this, we have one more video to go, and then the series will be over, and then I'll have to find something else to talk about. I'll probably still make that video regarding the current state of supports in League. But after that, I'm not sure. If you have any ideas or requests, let me know in the comments. If there's a specific build or rune page or items that you want me to try, just let me know. I would love to try things out for you guys, or if you're just kind of curious about certain interactions, be sure to let me know. But yeah, thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.